You should sit here. Thank you. Yeah. Let's go sit somewhere else. I don't care where.
Well, welcome to the AU's meeting for, is this October? Tonight, well, let me tell you about some of the things that are coming up. Most of you will know about these, and you probably know more about them than I do. One is the Draconian meteor shower is going to be October 8th. We got a nice letter from Luke Swetland, the head of the museum, regarding our performance at Astrovaganza, thanking us for making it such a successful event, and he gave his thanks to me to pass on to the club, and I'm doing that right now. So good job, everybody. There is a confirmation of a new exoplanet, a new Kuiper Belt object, 2015 TG, which everybody's now interpreted it as the Goblin. It's a very small one, but it's farthest out there, and it does conform to the rest of the orbits that are making people suspicious there might be a heavier planet out there waiting to be discovered. And Chuck says it's going to be occulted. Is that right, Chuck?
Pardon me?
It's the Goblin is going to occult a star.
Yes, potentially.
Yeah, and so he'll tell you more about that. And of course, you know that the Falcon 9 launch from Vandenberg has been postponed from Saturday evening to Sunday evening. So it's going up at 7:20 p.m. and they intend to re-land the booster back on the base at Vandenberg. So you may be able to see it go up and come down.
Jerry, do you know how many minutes that takes to go up and come back down? Any idea what that time is?
I don't know.
It's small.
I've seen several of them go up, and you can see the first stage separate very nicely. But I don't remember. It's several
like 8
minutes.
6 to 8 minutes.
Yes, that's about right. And so then you probably won't see it come back down because it free falls, and then it turns on the booster to correct at some times, and then a big blast just before it gets down to slow it down.
What if something goes wrong and it comes out in an old park?
And then you probably won't see it at Vandenberg. It'll be somewhere else that might be a bigger blast. Okay, so we're going to run through the officer positions, see what's going on for not April 14 here. Okay, so also there's something passing around to sign up for the Christmas dinner on December 5. So please sign up if you want to come. It's December 5th. It's a Wednesday, I think. Tom, did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, the December meeting is the members' meeting, so we generally have 3 to 4 members of the club speak about their projects or their favorite topic for 15 to 20 minutes max, and just start it around.
What's the date on that, Jerry?
It'll be the first Friday of December. I don't recall the exact date.
December meeting.
The December meeting, yeah. It's also the one where we vote in new officers. So if any of you have been lusting after an officer position, please get in touch with me. If you want to be president, especially get in touch with me. Okay. So Javier's not here. I guess I should stop looking for him. He doesn't come to these. But we're going to go through the officers, starting with Colin, the treasurer. Do you have anything to report? We're still solvent, I hope.
Well, I lost my note, but we got 21 $100. That's my balance. I haven't reconciled that with the museum, which would probably be much, much higher.
Okay,
We got 178 members, and I think we have something like 62 due. So I'll be sending out due notices by email and probably a postcard too. So you can keep an eye out if you're worried about your due.
as a reminder.
Yeah.
And also, if you attend at least 6 outreaches in the year, then your annual dues are forgiven. You're carried over to the next year for free. So you can beat the high cost of being a member that way. What is the high cost of being a member?
But you can still donate.
Still donate there, okay. Okay. So we'll move right on to the newsletter. Is Tom Whittemore here?
No, doesn't seem
No. Okay, we've taken up time.
well.
The letter did go out. Jason, our secretary? No, okay. These are all people that are all now candidates for officer positions. Art, our equipment manager. The usual spiel?
Usual thing, I understand that.
No.
We do have a near new 10-inch lead classic for sale. And some nice person just bought a little telescope and watch for $30.
Uh-huh.
So we're ahead now.
We're ahead. Okay, good. Good. So that, if you have anything or know of anyone that wants to donate odds and ends to art, we sell those at swap meets or we incorporate them in the scopes that we use for public outreach. So anyway, and you get a tax break for donating them to us, since we're a tax-free, or whatever we are, profitless organization. Non-profit, thank you. An A-profit organization. I lost my place here. Equipment manager newsletter. Workshop. I'm the only member from the workshop that's here. We have every Tuesday night now, except the third Tuesday, where we have Telescope Tuesday out at the Big Box Center out at Costco. All the other Tuesday nights, we meet over here at Roder Hall across the pond or across this river. And we work on people that bring in telescopes that don't work or can't, or they don't understand how to make them work. We help them with that. We're finishing a few, So we're finishing a few mirrors too. I think Tim is not here. But he's finally getting the 70% zone of his mirror under control. And the turn down edge is almost completely gone. And we're working to keep his focus off of the little knob that's forming in the center. Because that'll screw the whole mirror up if he tries to correct that right now. Anyway, if you have projects that you want help with or you want to share in how in doing them, drop by. We'd love to talk about it. If there's nothing going on, we tell politically incorrect jokes. So if you've got any good jokes, bring them by. The food tonight is by Tessa and
Tessa and Dove.
Tessa
Tim
Fleming,
helped me out.
Tessa, Dove, Ray, and Edith,
Yeah, I see him sitting right here.
and Edgar.
Yeah.
And we're still looking for more folks to sign up, although we only go to December, say, we need to make a list for next year.
Who's
So
December?
December, we have Parshad so far.
Who's November?
November, Chuck and Pat have volunteered.
So
The
we
good
need-
news, probably, they think you probably used some help, didn't they? I don't know. No? You guys wanna handle it?
It's
Yeah.
easy, junk food.
All right.
Junk food.
And
Anyway, so December's open for a spot, and we'll have to get another list for January.
Okay.
I'd like to point out that Tessa and Duff did a themed presentation for our food this evening.
Yay, good job, good job.
I don't know why I just blanked on all your names. So, my apologies. The outreach tonight, or Chuck will now give the outreach schedule coming up. Oh, no, wait, stop. I skipped over your wife there. She's the merch manager.
okay, it's right there.
So she has things to sell you.
I stand up where this guy does not. We have the bags, tote bags, really nice, you guys. It's got a zipper top, and it has a pocket here, and then you can take this back here, and you can put it in.
That's a different one.
That's a different one, but I thought it had the flattened back. But anyway, you can put two water bottles in here, and it's only $20. So, and then our beautiful blanket, just an idea here. It folds out to 55-60, and it's cotton polyester, so it doesn't shrink. You will not come back with a tablecloth looking blanket. And those are $30 each. You want a jacket or a sweater or a cap or a shirt, let me know. I didn't bring them this time, but if you let me know what you want, then I can get in touch with you. Okay.
And if there's any interest in warm knitted caps, we might get those with a logo too, but we're gonna wait and see if anyone asks for that. Now Chuck, the outreach for next coming up, and then our vice president will introduce the speaker for tonight. Go ahead.
Okay, very quiet month. All right, so we're doing this right now. Next thing isn't until next Thursday, almost a week. Set up at Kellogg School. Some of the schools, apparently this is supposed to be Goleta School District wide, but only some of the schools are bothering us with this. But there's a new requirement. You know, we drive onto the campus usually to unload our equipment because we don't want to be hauling it along and rattling it. And there's a new requirement that if you want to drive on a campus, you have to provide proof of car insurance like a month in advance and send it in. And I've just been telling these guys, no, I can't do that because I don't even know who's going to show up at any given outreach. So I told them, we're just disorganized. You're going to have to either live with us or tell us not to come. So last year, the principal at Kellogg said, fine, just come, and as you arrive at the school, just go up to the principal's office and show your proof of insurance. She'll take a copy of it, and we're good, okay? Last year, Hollister School, which is another one that's coming up, they said, oh, no, I guess that might be next month. Anyway, they said the same thing, and their principal refused to do that for us, so we just said, sorry, we're not coming. So this year, their PTA sent us a pleading letter saying, please, please, please come, we'll do whatever you need. So this year, maybe they'll do that, okay? But we'll see. So anyway, if you show up at Kellogg School, check in first by the office, and just show them your card or your sheet or whatever it is, and then you'll be able to come in and unload your stuff. Then we have, second Saturday is the Star Party. The dates are kind of typoed here, but that's my fault. And so that's October 13th on both, 5 o'clock, meeting right next door here in the classroom next to Javier's office, pizza and discussion about what's coming up. And then the public Star Party after that, it's starting at 7, when it's now at least starting to get dark.
Two different dates on the Saturday.
Yeah, that's a typo, yeah.
It's a long
They should
Saturday.
both be 13. And I think there's another one like that coming up somewhere. Okay, and then, so third Tuesday of the month will be the 16th, and it's Telescope Tuesday, Camino Real Marketplace, and we're in that pit over there by the theater. Lots of lights, but we make sure we got a good moon to look at. So that means we'll have a decent moon also at the Star Party here. And then we're doing the same thing we did last year for the 5th graders at Hope School. Chrissy and Zach, I think, are going to come and do a bunch of the Night Sky Network type demos for them. And we'll be in the blacktop playground around back. So you go all the way to the back of their parking lot, you enter a little gate and come around, and we set up there. 2 years ago, when we set up for them, they had their 5th graders camping out on the field back there, and most of their tents had been blown up against the fence by the wind. So I think they gave up on doing that. We'll see. And then third Friday of the month is the monthly public telescope night at Westmont. We're going to have a group from the Santa Barbara newcomers coming to this one. So I think it's only like 10 or 15 people, but they're always fun.
And the big scope is up now?
And the big scope has been repaired, according to what I heard from Tom. Yeah. And it's working very well, much better than it was before. So that's a good sign. So we will have the big scope working. We don't have anything planned for Saturday the 20th. but that's International Observe the Moon Night, and I think that's the one I had typoed on, but I think Paul fixed it. That's, a night when everybody goes out and observes the moon, but we won't. And then on, on Halloween, I always just tell people, set up your scope and show people stuff. We've been doing it for too many years. We have people come up and with their kids saying, "Oh yeah, we remember looking through your scopes when we were kids." So it's fun. So and there's a couple of events that I sent out emails for. There's a Cobley talk on black holes, but I didn't write it in my calendar here, so I can't remember the time. But also coming up on Saturday the 13th, so on the same day as our Star Party, there's a talk at the Karpolis Manuscript Museum there, and they're going to have a bunch of artifacts from the 1960s space exploration, and they're going to have Rachel Street from LCO talking about exoplanets. And that is free, and it's from 2 o'clock to 3:30. So, that's it.
All right. Yes, we already said about the occultation.
Well, on the night we're at Westmont, this TG object,
Yeah.
2015 TG 389 or something like that. Because of the TG, and they found it around the time of Halloween, they're calling it the Goblin, right? It's going to potentially occult a 14th magnitude star. I only have a 5-inch telescope. There's going to be a bright moon that night, so I may not be able to get it, but I'm going to give it a shot. It's happening around 10 o'clock.
But the school has a large scope.
The school has a large scope. I don't know if they'll try, but I'll give them the coordinates.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that because it's been down so long, I don't even think of using their big scope. So, potentially something neat.
Thank you, Chuck. And now our vice president, wherever he is.
Wherever he is.
There he is.
Hold on, let's hear it for the VP. Okay, it's my job to introduce our illustrious speaker. We got a good one tonight. We're going to talk about rocks. Welcome to the Santa Barbara Geological Gemstone Society. I was given this to sign up for December, and I don't want to put my best pen on it. So shall I wait till after the meeting, or shall we do some? You'll find this pen. Let's pass this around. And we need 3 of you, I guess, to talk in December, 20 minutes each, and regale us with whatever you want to talk about. There you go. Start there. And then I'll need something I'll get from Colin Taylor here in a minute. I just wanted to give you a brief update on how I've been doing. When I first took this job, I got it, first of all, by appointment when our young man that was vice president before got accepted at a god-awful place called Caltech. All the places, man, right down the road from JPL. So Adrian would love to be here, but he's down there, he's the youngest member of the club, and then I found out his duties was to scare up incredible speakers. And so I sent a flood of emails out right afterwards, about 5-6 months ago in the summer, and nothing. I had nothing but no answers, sorry, regrets, I've been there, maybe call me later. And I did get 2 in August and September, which was the last 2 months. We had some UCSB professors. In the last week and a half, I've sent out 6 emails to the remaining professors that I have on my list, and I've only got half of those off the screen, their website. And out of those 6 that I sent, I got 4 back wanting to talk to us. They're from the physics department. One guy's quantum, again, but he says he'll blend it up to our field of astronomy. And so it's through April, January through April. The rest of this year is taken, not sure who we got next month. Joey? No, Joey is tonight.
Oh, it's Toby Schmidt.
Toby. Yeah. Want to introduce you to this young man. He's another connection to the LCO, Las Cumbres Observatories, a worldwide network of telescope based out in Goleta, which I have yet to tour. He's a southern farm boy like myself. He's from Louisiana. I was born in Arkansas. He grew up in Baton Rouge, and he has a bachelor's degree in physics, in Latin from LSU, then on to get a master's degree in physics
and a PhD in astronomy from Georgia State University. And then he wrote to me and he said, I'm not sure what this means, but he'll explain it. Following my defense, I got a postdoc at LCO with Tim Lister to do NEO. That's near Earth objects, or the no follow-up observations. So, postdoc, researcher at Las Cubras Observatory. Let's hear it for Dr. Joey Fowler.